East Podcast, WATP.
Stuttering John starts off his show yesterday, Friday. And, he did have the green screen not centered and he had to adjust things. And you know that. I'm not going to play that for you. It happens every single episode. But the other thing that he does is he doesn't realize that as soon as you set up the show, you get the link that you can send to your guests. So you can send the link to your guests hours ahead of time. Probably a good idea to not wait until you start the show to then start sending out links to your guests.
Okay. There we go. So I'm going to send the link to Clay. Clay Day today.
You're going to? Okay.
I think I left my wallet at work. I don't know, man. Thank God I got 2 wallets. Fucking hell. Bizarre.
What's he doing?
I'm usually having them in my back pocket. What the fuck? I think I left it at the ad agency.
Is that where the link is?
I left the link at the ad agency too. God damn it. So this guy's such a bad liar. He doesn't even know how wallets work. Good thing I have 2 wallets. Who cares how many wallets you have? Your credit cards are in one of them. Fucking bozo.
This one's empty.
What an idiot. Good thing I have 2 wallets. 2? I've never heard such a thing.
2 wallets, 2 of each t-shirt.
So John, claims that he works at an ad agency now, Vinny.
Oh, really?
You heard about that?
Which one? What ad agency's based in Cape Coral?
There aren't any based in Cape Coral, but I'm
Okay.
sure there's some in his general vicinity, I would imagine.
Okay.
But later on, I appreciate Clay. I do like Clay Day because Clay asks him some questions that forces John to answer. But first, we got to talk about this doxing that's going on in the Dabbleverse right now. It's very toxic what's happening. There's a lot of doxing. Mm-hmm. And John, for some reason now, is doxing Leo Gunn. Now, Leo Gunn used to be his man, my man. They would talk on the phone. They were buddies. He would super chat John. And now they have had a falling out.
Chadley, I'm telling you right now, I know. And then you got that fucking ex-cop, Leo Gunn.
I should mention the way this episode starts is John's very mad at Chad Zumock.
Mm-hmm.
So the first 25 minutes is just him talking about how he's going to beat up Chad and he's going to come to his comedy show. And, he's not going to beat him up because of YouTube terms of service, but I got the gist.
They're going to have a talk.
Yeah, he's going to show up there to have a conversation, that kind of thing. And so what he's upset about is that Leo Gunn was super chatting Chad Zumock, who's now his enemy. Even though just last week he was saying that Chad's like the hottest guy in the Dabbleverse or whatever and trying to be his buddy, but now he's mad at him.
An ex-cop super chatting you when you have a poll trashing my family. You have an ex-fucking cop who lied to Pinky and said that I was begging him for super chats. Leo, you fucking loser.
John, we watch you beg these guys for super chats on your show.
You got into a giant fight over $50 that one time.
You do it all the fucking time. You're like, I don't know where Legend or Dirty Deeds is banned. I'm not getting the super chats like I used to. And now he's... Okay.
9.
Oh, okay. So this is where he starts doxing him. Now, I'm going to play this only because I'm not even sure if he gets it right. Also, no one watching this show is going to do anything to Leo Gunn. We don't have any problem with Leo Gunn here.
Might build him a statue.
Yeah, correct. If anything, a pat on the back is what Leo Gunn gets. But this is John's version of doxing. He thinks he's very clever.
9. Uno. Ever see that movie 7? It's awesome. The number of the beast is I don't get why Iron Maiden did that. Yeah, it's kind of weird, It's odd. Nil, tree, nil. I don't know, it is kind of odd, to do shit like that. I don't know.
So he's saying numbers. And he thinks he's doing it in a clever way, but in order for it to be clever, it'd have to make some sort of sense.
Right.
Nil, tree. It's odd. Iron Maiden, huh? Why would they do a song? Huh? Odd? Nil. Uno. John, this doesn't, you're just saying numbers. We see what you're doing. It's not clever in any single way.
I'm just disgusted. What a dirtbag thing to do. Just a dirtbag move.
Oh, I left out something. Oh, yeah. What did I say? 9. That movie 7's awesome. Tree. The Number of the Beast and Nil. And ever play that game Uno? Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's a complete zero. Tree. It's weird. That movie 7 was awesome with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, that is weird. Also, why not be a little more clever? Be like, do you guys see the chance he might drove his car into a tree? That would be just not just like yell tree. It doesn't make any fucking sense, John. It's stupid. Also, if you're friends with John, Rob, Richard, Clay, never give him any information. It will always get out. If he has your information, he will weaponize it at some point. Sometimes, not even on purpose.
Right.
Most of the time, maliciously, because he's an asshole.
Yeah, sometimes it's before he gets a chance to weaponize it. He accidentally does it.
Fucks it up, and then Rob has to change his number.
Right.
This is a weird thing that happens early on in the show. He takes a phone call and turns off the audio and the video.
I'm going to, I'll be right back. Got to figure out what I'm going to do. All right, hold on. This is my...
Okay, literally 10 minutes goes by with just blank screen.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, very sorry. Very sorry about that. I thought I left my wallet at the ad agency. Then my mother called me. I guess Rob Saul was calling me. Everybody, it was like, all shit was hell. All hell was breaking loose. Let me send Clay the link.
So his mom was calling him. That's what was going on right there. Because you saw him say, "Oh, my mom." Yeah. And then he went off. What is going on? Mom's pissed at him. What is going on? What was that phone call? What is the bill she's paying? It's probably all the electric bills that he never paid. And he's probably got a huge sum of money that he owes LCEC. She's pissed about stuff because he had to take her call. He couldn't. We've seen how he treats his mom. He couldn't just be like, "Hey, mom, I'm doing a show right now. I'll call you back later."
That's how he used to treat her.
Of course, or just ignore it. Like, my mom's calling me. Yes. Now it's like, I think mom's paying some bills and he needs mom real bad.
What time of day is this?
So this is the best part, is that now that he has his job at the ad agency, he doesn't start his show until 4:30.
So he's drinking already, right?
Well, he is going to be drinking, probably. The answer is probably, but he doesn't start drinking on the show yet at this point. I just thought that was very telling that he's off the show for 10 minutes and then he pretends, "Oh, it's my wallet." And I think Rob called me. He's just making shit up. It's like, you're on the phone with your mom for 10 minutes just now. And you seem a little shaken from it too. So that's odd.
Hope she's okay.
So John brings up the fact that everyone's doxing everyone. This is, of course, after he doxed Leo Gunn on a show.
He's losing it, Clay. I mean, he's out of his fucking mind.
It's a wild week in the Dabbleverse. Everyone's doxing everyone. It's
wait, back up.
It's a bit ugly.
Who doxed who first?
Okay. So this is the rule.
Fuck off, first. John! Fuck off!
Who?
Grow the fuck up! My God!
Hold on, Clay. Who doxed who first? So Clay is going to do what Clay does and answer this honestly. John's not going to like that.
In order of things I can remember, Rocco Burrow doxed you on his show. But again, you've doxed him about 1 million times with whatever his anaconda.
Look at John's face. Like, what?
Out comes the tea.
That's not what I want to hear. Yeah, look at his face. Like, no, I didn't.
Nonsense.
The anaconda drive.
I never say his whole address. And by the way, Vince came on my show first and said anaconda, and I didn't even know what it meant.
I don't agree with doxing in any form, but then, okay, so he doxed you, then for some reason you doxed OJ. I don't really know what OJ had to do with anything, and then...
OJ? What are you talking about? His name was public. Someone DM'd me and said, "Hey, this is his name." Fuck you.
His name was public. Someone DM'd me and said this is his name.
Yeah, everyone's name is fucking public, shithead.
Right.
It's not public when they don't use it on their channel.
Correct.
When they broadcast under another name, you using their real name is doxing them, period. fucking stop with this phony fucking fake. What are you talking about? I didn't do that. And then fake anger because you know you're busted. It's so goddamn annoying.
He's so stupid too, because what he wanted Clay to say was that Kevin Brennan doxed John's number on Twitter, and then John doxed Kevin Brennan's number.
Yeah.
So he wanted to say, yeah, Kevin started this whole
First
thing.
blood.
But then John forgot that he also docked OJ this week, and Leo Gunn, and Rocco, and the list goes on and on and on.
But who did it first?
Who did it first? So you just saw him say fuck you to Clay. Watch defensive Clay. He gets very high-pitched on this one.
Fuck you. First of all,
just you asked me. I'm not saying this fucking. Why, fuck me. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just telling you the
What is
order of
this?
things I saw it in.
Is mom calling again?
You're telling me these guys can sit there and fucking trash my family.
Okay, so he didn't like the answer that he got from Clay, so now he's changing the question.
Right.
So it started with, who doxed who first? Well, you just doxed OJ for no reason, did this. And so now it's like, wait a second, but I had justification.
Yeah. You expect me.
Right.
But I can't fucking fight back.
Well, I'm just, John, whatever. I'm just telling you. You asked me what order of things was, and that's just
Yes.
what I saw. I'm not saying what either way, right?
Well, no, okay, stop. Yesterday, Pinky tweeted out my phone number.
That's what he wants to talk about.
I'm not talking about OJ and all that. OJ has been
I'm giving
talking
you the
shit
answer.
about me
Yes.
for way too long. It finally,
Oh, Pablo.
yeah, all I did was say his name, Paolo Carnevale. Fuck you. If you're going to hide behind a fucking filter and think it's okay to trash me every day, fuck you.
Oh, so that's the issue.
Yeah, so this is completely changed. And so now he's going to explain, because, Clay, to his credit, like, well, you're also doxing Leo Gunn. Let's find out why that's okay.
Now, the only other one that I doxed, it's not unprovoked, was Leo Gunn. But guess what? Leo fucking Gunn has been in every chat trashing me. And
Has
when
he?
Chad did his show today, Clay, and I want your honest opinion.
No, you don't. No, you
Clearly you don't.
You definitely do not want his honest opinion. I love that he says that. He knows he does not. Okay, so now he's going to explain what Leo Gunn did that was so terrible that forced him to dox him.
And then he starts fucking like he's got a poll and it's trashing my family. Like he's
What was
supposed
the
to be
poll? I didn't see his show. What was the poll exactly?
It said, is John coming to Sarasota to beat me up? No. And then something else, and then something about, anti-trans, put it that way. So,
Yeah.
but as Dirty D said, it's like low-hanging fruit. Chad's supposed to be this great comic, but he can't come up with a funny joke about me.
No, it's cheap digs. It's cheap digs. I
Yes,
agree.
it's cheap shit. But what does Leo Gunn do? He fucking super chats him $50 when the poll is right there. So then Leo Gunn, okay.
Okay. The poll is up in the chat for a long time during a show.
Yeah.
And the poll was like, because John's claiming he's going to go to Sarasota and beat up.
I actually saw this yesterday.
You did?
Yeah.
So the poll, I didn't see it, but I imagine the poll was like, yes, no, and then something about John's son's vagina.
Yeah, that was pretty much
Okay.
it. Yeah.
That's what I assumed.
And there was a couple jokes in there, actually.
Okay. Nice. So that was what the poll was. And John's complaint is that Leo Gunn super chatted him while that poll was on the screen.
Right.
So now he's connecting these two things that are not connected.
Yeah.
But he's just mad at Chad. And he's mad that Leo's giving Chad money because if you're not with me, you're against me.
What he's mad at is the money.
Of course.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's always mad at. Someone else gets money, that's bad for him for some reason.
But for some reason, convincing Clay of this does something for John, which I don't understand.
Yeah, and look at Clay. He's trying to figure this out. He's like, the look on his face right here is just like, wait, what happened now?
The poll is right there. So then Leo Gunn's okay with him fucking trashing my
So what did Leo Gunn super chatting? Was it in relation to that poll?
Good question.
It was just trashing me nonstop.
Oh.
And just trying to be a dickhead.
Oh, that's kind of vague. You want to give us an example or can you something? Just trashing me nonstop. Is that really what Leo Gunn is doing?
Of course not. No.
Of course not.
The answer is no.
But the fact that Clay called him out, like, we can't just be doxed him because he gave $50 to Chad.
Yeah, just because the
Obviously.
poll's on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, just because he's really just mad that Chad does shows about him and is his enemy, and Chad has fans.
I said nice things about him.
Right.
That really does bother him.
That's all it takes.
When he says nice things about people, and like when you in particular did that thing and he thought you guys were best buddies, and then you dared criticize his show.
Yep.
It was fucking on. After he's like, Carl's an all right guy.
He complimented me.
Yeah.
And I didn't reciprocate, and it was on. From that on, it was war. Because if I'm nice to you, you have to be nice to me. Not how this is played at all, John. I think you suck at broadcasting, and we're going to point it out because it's my job. And so Clay's concerns, like, well, you can't just go on doxing people on Twitter. You're going to lose your Twitter account. It's against the terms of service. And John first goes, I don't care about that. I don't care if I lose my Twitter account. Clay's like, really? You don't? Because it seemed to use it a lot. And so then John goes, well, actually, here's the reason why I won't lose my Twitter account from doxing.
I don't do it in the fashion that you think. It'd be very,
I know you do it slyly.
It'd be very difficult if the way I do it, like 9, I write in German, meaning no.
It's 9.
Nein. It might sound like a number, but it's no. And then I say the number of the beast.
Removing the Schulierspratten.
I mean, yeah. So I'm not like, even with Pinky, I didn't do it the dumb ass way he did it.
I'm doing it the smart way.
Yeah, he's doing the smart way. We're doing just like, you guys with that technicality.
I'm making everybody think for a second before they realize I'm an asshole.
It's a rebus.
All right.
Damn it.
All right. So this is explaining that Leo definitely deserved to be doxxed.
I don't feel like Leo deserves it. Okay, he's not your supporter anymore, and he's supporting other people, but he doesn't deserve to be doxxed. I mean, think about it, John. Doxing's a big deal, man. Not that I doubt anybody is even going to really give a fuck and harass Leo Gunn because he doesn't do anything. He's just a, if I say, if I say the nice guy,
he's a dickhead, Dallas.
Not to me, but there you go.
Here we
Same
go.
with
Here we go. Deliveries.
I see your old Columbo's giving you more stellar information about who Penis Wrinkle is. Fucking hell, dude. That dude is just out to make you look like a tool.
How do you mean?
The penis
Got his
wrinkle
attention.
Thing, the penis wrinkle thing is great because every month or so, John comes out and goes, I know penis wrinkle is now. And every time he's wrong, and the last one was the funniest. He goes, it's Shuli.
Did he give up on trying to figure out who Cardiff is? And now he's like focusing on penis
Now he's focused on penis wrinkle. Now the Cardiff's off YouTube. Because Clay, even when he goes, I know his penis wrinkle is, it's Shuli. And Clay goes, how do you know that? I got this information. Like, this guy keeps feeding you false information because he knows you're going to say it and make a fool of yourself.
No, but this information's new.
Yeah, I know. You fall for it every time. Clay's going, you fall for it every time. He's making you look like a boob. What are you doing? Why are you falling for this? And John just can't help himself. He wants to dox so badly. He wants it so badly that he'll believe it when you tell him it. It's like Cardiff has gotten John to post so many fake photos of Cardiff just using fake email. Just go, this is what Cardiff looks like, some guy in a Star Trek uniform. I know. Everybody got Chad and John to post that all over the place, and they're just like, yeah, we know who you are, Cardiff. And Cardiff's going, no. It's fucking idiots. They're so easy to manipulate.
Cardiff is so goddamn far ahead of all.
I know. Cardiff invented trolling, as far as I'm concerned. You're not going to out-troll this troll.
And we'll never know if he did, but it's a good chance he did.
Yes, very good chance. All right,
God.
This is bizarre. I increased the volume so that we could hear this. John gets up because there's somebody at the door, and he's having a conversation with this person.
I'm a streamer. I'm on the air now. I don't have time for this.
I'll stop by at that time.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'll stop by at that time. The important part of my job is time. What was your name?
John Melendez. If they're going to raise it 24%, that's bullshit. They just raised it. This is the second time they're raising it. Fuck them. All right.
Slam the door in his face.
You believe that, Clay? They're fucking raising the fucking power fucking prices again. They just raised it. They fucking just raised the fucking things.
Blame Trump. Blame Trump.
Of course it's his fault.
Everything's his fault. So what, they knocked on your door to tell you that they were raising the water rates or the pound?
I'm like, dude, I'm fucking streaming.
Did they raise the rates, or did they actually just make him pay the bill?
this doesn't make any sense. This is what I wanted to talk to you guys about, because I like to come to the show very prepared. I'll be like, this is what's actually going on. You'll often hear me say that phrase. I have no fucking clue what's going on. He was just having a conversation with some guy, and they agreed that he would come back later. The guy needed to know what John's name was, so he came to the door but didn't know who John was.
Right.
So my name's John Milena. He's like, come back later. I'm streaming right now. And then was talking about raising rates. Yeah. Said his lawn guy maybe or something. Like, it doesn't make any sense. The electric company doesn't come to your door to tell you they're raising the rates.
No.
It's never happened before. Could you imagine that job? All right, what I need you to do today is go out to all of our customers and tell them we're raising the rates. Fucking not it. What are you talking about? I don't want that job.
Oh, come on. You'll make some friends.
Like, I have to wonder, they just had this whole situation where he didn't pay the bill. They had to turn it off multiple times.
Correct.
And he screamed and told them, next time you better come knock on the door. Maybe they are sending people to his house every month. Some
I
guy's
was
going to
told
show
to
up
knock on your door.
and be like, hey, stupid, this is your bill. This is how much you owe.
Yes. Well, it does coincide with that phone call from mom that took 10 minutes that he couldn't air. And now all of a sudden there's a guy there and he's got to come back again. There's something going on.
Was somebody
here.
knocking at the door before that he didn't answer, and then they called the mom because her name's on the bill?
Oh, maybe.
And then she's like, go back there. He'll tell them to do it, fix it.
Oh, she probably did say, when he gets back there, you better answer the fucking door. You can't avoid him like it's Vince's
right.
trying to serve you.
All theory.
All theory, yeah.
kids.
I honestly don't know. It's so weird. And the fact that Clay's like, wait, that was the electric company telling you to raise it? Yeah, that's what it was. They're raising it again. And even Clay's like, huh.
Yeah. Since when do they do that?
And Clay's in the UK, so he's like, America's weird. It's a weird job to have over there. Let's see what Christian Blatt has to say about this.
Do we have to?
He says the potatoes theory. Oh, good. It's Cardiff talking to us. The potatoes theory this morning is that it's someone scamming him, trying to lock him into a long-term payment. Oh, maybe there's a debt consolidation. Okay. This could be a thing where they find out who owes big sums of money. And so they come in and they're like, hey, we'll help you consolidate your debt and pay this off because you can't afford the $3,000 that you owe the electric company in non-payments.
So Fat Tony shows up at your door?
Yeah, right.
I understand you're having some trouble with your bill.
My daughter would really like that blue Harley you got there in the driveway.
Right.
I hear you have a boat.
Well, the thing about that is, it's just a cloud in the shape of John. Okay, so that was weird. Fun speculation. All I know is that John's in a lot of debt, and so he's working some type of day job now, and so he's going to give details to Clay about his job. Again, I've been saying this a lot. Props to Clay. He's not buying any of this. Clay knows that John's always lying. And so he's not buying any of this bullshit.
John, if you were just nice to this guy, he'd be sitting there still yesing you.
I know.
If you were just nice to him, you were such a fucking raging dick that now he's just leaning into it and he's going to make you look like an idiot.
Yes.
Because you created it. You had a fan and you drove him away through being shitty. Mm-hmm. You're good at that.
Do you working with a group of people? Do you sit at like a table sort of getting ideas out about ads and stuff?
At 1 o'clock every day, the 7 and then 1 assistant, there's 8 that are, and I am working on an ad campaign now that I'm pretty sure is going to end up in the Super Bowl, but we just have to see if it gets the proper approval from.
Please.
He's working at an ad agency. Okay, let's just break this down. I'll play the rest of this.
8, 7. Is he doxing someone else's phone number? That's what is happening.
So this is nuts. I listen. Obviously, I've worked in agencies. I'm sure you guys can picture what this looks like. But he says, "What are you doing? You sit at a table with other people and brainstorm stuff?" And John goes, "Yes." And then he goes at 1 o'clock. And then he goes at 1 o'clock every day because you have like a meeting, a group meeting, team meeting at 1. And you go around the table and say what you're up to and what you're doing. Yeah, there's 8 of us, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Super Bowl. Like, whoa, what the fuck? What the fuck just happened? John wouldn't write copy for a Facebook ad, let alone something's going to end up in a Super Bowl commercial.
You know, local companies, like every year we watch a Super Bowl,
yeah,
we'll see Mark's Pizzeria
That's true.
ads. Like
That's
local
true.
companies can buy it from the local affiliates because they give local affiliates X amount of spots that they could sell.
That's correct. So
Yeah.
maybe that's what he's referring
Well,
to.
probably not, but maybe.
Definitely not. He wouldn't even know that.
You pointed out once you understand that he thinks like a 6-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
you get everything. That is how a 6-year-old would lie.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's other people who work there too, and then we all work together and we meet at a certain time.
It's going to be the Super Bowl.
And they all say I'm the smartest and most handsomest.
Does this sound like a guy who has a 9-to-5 job? Listen to this again.
Do you working with a group of people? Do you sit at like a table, sort of, getting ideas out about ads and stuff?
At 1 o'clock every day, the 7 and then 1 assistant. There's 8 that are, and I am working on an ad campaign now I'm pretty sure is going to end up in the Super Bowl, but we just have to see if it gets the proper approval from the higher ups.
How many hours a day do you work?
8.
8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Okay, now. So you start at like 8 o'clock and finish at what, 4 o'clock?
Nah, I start at like 7:30. Like 7.
This is a wall of lies.
Did you see the lie tell in there? Because Clay's like trying to figure this out. It's like, well, you're on with me at 4. You've already worked an 8-hour day. So he says, what time do you start? And John goes, oh shit, I got to do the math in my head. 7:30. He's like, oh nope, that's not it. 7. But look at, as soon as he asked that question, watch John
Look at his shoes.
look at his shoes and also has to grab his neck right here.
I can finish at what, 4 o'clock?
Nah, I start at like 7:30.
And then he looks away, can't even look at Clay.
My lying muscle's getting tense.
This is a wall of lies.
Well, you've said it a million times on the show. His biggest tell is stuttering when he's lying.
Yes, right. That's when all of a sudden he doesn't know what's going.
There's 8 of us, and we're all we have prime rib.
Yeah, I know. There's 7 of us, and then there's the assistant, and then
The number of the beast.
Super Bowl. He doesn't know that there's anything else in commercials going anymore. Nope. He's just for the Super Bowl. Okay.
Phew, got through that.
They're buying it again.
Fooled him.
Why does he do this? No one believes it. It's so stupid. And it's not even that impressive working at an agency. I purposely left that world. I don't understand why that's a brag in his mind.
Well, he knows we're going to be talking about it.
That's
and
true.
I've brought this up. It's like underpants gnomes. He doesn't know what to achieve. There's something missing. Yeah, we're talking about it. What are you netting from this?
I think that the goal for John, and I think the boat thing was the best example of it, is he wants everyone to think that he's got it all and feel bad about themselves. He's trying to put out, I'm great, and you should all feel bad because I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Which is narcissism at its very core.
It's also how he feels.
Yeah.
When he sees someone else doing better than him, he feels less.
Yes.
And so that's what it all
Yes.
comes down to is like, I want them to feel less because they're going to think that I have more things than them. When the rest of us normal people go, my life's great. I've created a great life for myself and I don't give a fuck what you're doing.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there.
That's one of the
I
ways
couldn't.
it's
You know
been.
what? That's the best way to say it. That's how he feels when he sees people doing better than him. So he wants to try to inflict that pain on people he perceives as his enemy.
Who does he hate more than anyone else who has done nothing to him? Gary Delabate? You like Fred Norris? Like he's constantly ragging on these people who have gone on to make millions of dollars at the Stern Show and still have a very comfortable living and are doing that. He's pissed about that. He's so mad at Gary Delabate for no other reason. Doesn't even make sense. It's like, yeah, he used to be your boss.
Yeah, someone had to be.
He used to be your boss at the best job you've ever had, where you would answer the phones, take 3.5 hours long shits.
And all he does is wax poetic about how great it was.
Yeah.
But
How
yet he was
amazing he
still a
was.
bad guy.
All right. This is hilarious because John's got to go grab a beer. Clay's got to go take a leak. And you would think they would do something like that in shifts. But
Oh, I can't wait. This is going to be great. All right, hold on. You know what I'm going to... Yeah, so if you're taking a slash, I'm going to go take... Yeah, I'm gonna go
Do you guys
take
want
a
anything from the kitchen?
God, this screen that we're seeing right here happens for the next 2 minutes.
Oh, my God.
Just both walk away at the same time. I've never seen someone operate their show like this. It'd be one thing if they were just an IRL stream and it's just 8 hours straight or 12 hours straight. Like, yeah, you see shit like this happen. He's supposedly doing his podcast.
This show is exactly why I know he doesn't work in an ad agency.
Right, yes. He wouldn't last a second there.
Right.
All right. So later on, Rob Saul joins the show, which is always great. And they're talking about, Bob Levy has left the Shuley network.
Okay.
So what's next for
Did he
Bob?
really leave? Have we speculated on this?
I don't have to speculate. He's really left.
He's really gone. Okay.
Yeah, I've communicated with all the people involved, and
Okay.
It's
Well, they like their works.
it is over. They do. And at first I thought it was work. I didn't even acknowledge it because I'm just like, oh, here we go again.
All right.
But since then, I've learned that it is definitely a real thing.
All right. Well, good riddance, Bob.
All right, so you don't think it's a work anymore?
No, it's not work.
I think
What I
that,
heard is that Bob and Chad are going to do a show, which is
oh God.
another remedy for failure.
Bob,
Is it a remedy for failure? I think he meant recipe. I think so too. I think what he's trying to say is a recipe, a remedy for failure. Now, this clip blows me away. And again, it's the delusion. It's the inability to understand how you act and how people perceive you that is galling to me. When I watch these shows and I watch Tom Myers talk about Tony Hinchcliffe as a hack, or, you watch Stuttering John think that everyone's jealous of him because he's achieved so much. And then what Rob Saul says here is bonkers.
At least he's talking about you, Rob, eh?
Yeah, I mean, he said don't.
Rob, you know what's so weird? Like, I
not
like
to
you.
engage with him, not to talk about him.
Hey,
not
Rob.
to address him. Yeah.
All right, let's all try and
Yeah,
talk, listen.
Oh, he's learned that now. I was on Blunder Years this week. They're rewatching me versus John the first time we got together to debate stuff. And I explained to him, like, all right, you got to let me talk and then you can talk. And he got all childish. He went, fine. And he just did this like face thing.
Yep.
And when I finally asked my question to him, he goes, oh, am I allowed to talk now? It's like, holy shit, this guy is 6 years old. I keep saying it.
I fucking hate the faces he makes.
I know.
That one when he makes that big stupid grin is the worst one. You know what it reminds me of? The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's almost not, it's not even like the Grinch is exaggerated, but so is John. It's almost exactly the same.
Yeah, it is. Like he can't be the Grinch though. He's like the stench that ruined Christmas.
Yes.
I don't know. Fucking sucks.
All right. So watch what happens here.
What's so weird is I like you, Rob. I like you. I don't know why. It's like bizarre. Like Chadley and Pinky, like all these guys are attacking you, and I'm going, why? Like I don't understand what. Like I understand why they hate me because they're jealous because I'm the king of the hill.
Right.
But I don't know why. Like why are they all hating on you?
So this is when Rob says, have you heard the things I've said about their wives and girlfriends and their careers? And I say the most detestable things. I use the worst language. I call Carl's wife an old C word all the time. Like, why would people like me, John? I'm unlikable in every way, right? Is that what he's going to say here?
I don't get it either because in my life, people are usually drawn to me. So when I started doing podcasts, I'm like, I'm going to be good at this because I'm very likable. But for some reason, I'm not likable to a podcast. Right? Maybe
I don't get
in my
it.
small section of South Jersey that I'm likable.
Is that the most delusional thing you've heard today? We've played a lot. That's great. I'm really likable. People love me. I don't get it, guys. What's going on?
I assume everyone I meet can't stand me.
As you should.
I know.
As you should. You have the right amount of self-awareness there, Vinny. Rob has zero self-awareness. All he does is say the most wretched things about everyone all the time, antagonizes people, wants the super chatters to insult him for money because he thinks that's a great lifestyle. And then, I think you're a great guy, Rob. That's all it took. I think you're a great guy, Rob. Rob's like, yeah, I know. I am. I'm amazing. I don't get it.
That's what I've been trying to say this whole time.
Yeah, right. He's so fucking stupid. All right. I think it's time to play a game. Let's get on it.
Oh, this one.
It's time for everyone's favorite new game show, To Poke a Dabbler. Come on, guys. Are you ready to play? To Poke
We got this.
a Dabbler.
Papa P, do you remember who your first celebrity interview was on Howard and which one was first to make it on air? Yeah, it was. Well, they both made it on air. The first was Danny Glover. When I asked if he thought Mike Tyson should be caged, I didn't write the questions, at least then. And Carly Simon, a fellow stutterer. And I forget what I asked her. But all I know is
All I remember is the racist joke. I don't remember the other one.
I stuttered so much, I thought I failed. I said, Howard, I'm done. He's never going to let me do this again. I couldn't get out any questions. I was stuttering like crazy.
Yeah, you didn't realize why you got the job.
Right.
It wasn't to make the celebrities look bad. It was to make you look bad.
And I gave that tape thinking it would never air. I'm like, here, sorry. And then Howard, I think, played it for 2 days and was laughing his ass off.
Mm-hmm.
See, I never knew that stuttering was that funny. Well, I did. My friends would always goof on it, but Howard loved it. Loved it.
What an idiot.
And that was my first interview. So Danny Glover, first, Carly Son, but they were all at some event at D'Agostino's. And they were protesting because...
What did John say next? Here are your choices. Number 1, Mexican grape pickers' wages. B, the price of wine kept going up. Next, the something about grapes. 4, the pesticides were making people sterile. And lastly, the incesticide used for grapes to poke a dabbler.
All right. This seems obvious to me. I know I'll get it wrong. I think it's next. The something about grapes. What do you think, Vinny?
I'm going with, I want to go with lastly because I could hear it, but I'm going to go with number 4. Pesticides making people sterile.
Okay. And what do you think, producer Chris?
B, the price of wine going up.
People are saying it's lastly. Christian said it's a no-brainer. Not Mark, Matthew Riley, Silent Shape.
I don't trust Cardiff. I'm not going with lastly.
All right. Let's find out.
But they were all at some event at D'Agostino's. And they were protesting because of the incesticide used for grapes. So I remember Danny said, I'm only answering questions about grapes. So I said, do you grapely approve of an... I put grape in every question. That was me thinking on the cuff, off the cuff there. Let's see.
That's all for this time. Come back next time to find out if you are man enough.
We're not.
To poke a dabbler.
Pussies.
Just do it.
Suddenly I feel better about myself.
Who are